We've known for a long while that we have serious problems with the Supreme Court. They lack integrity, they lack credibility, they're corrupt, and they're criminal. And that's a problem because without a credible Supreme Court, it's impossible to maintain a democracy. We know about this corruption because of the stories we've heard regarding Clarence Thomas accepting big-time gifts from big-time billionaire donors. We've also heard about his wife, Jenny Thomas, who was part and parcel in facilitating and implementing an attempted coup on this country. And even still, Judge Clarence Thomas refuses to recuse himself from any cases having to do with January 6th. Yeah, we got a fucking serious problem. But make no mistake, it's not just Clarence Thomas. The problem is bigger than that. How about Sammy Alito? Sammy and his wife have been involved in a lot of sketchy things, have said and done a lot of sketchy things. But there was a story that came out yesterday that may be the straw that broke the camel's back. The story came out that on January 17, 2021, just 11 days after the attempted coup, the insurrection, Sam Alito had a sign in his yard. And it wasn't so much a sign as it was an upside-down flag, which signifies the movement Stop the Steal. These are Donald Trump's election deniers. These are the people that attacked the Capitol on January 6th. Now, the interesting thing is somebody confronted Sam Alito about this flag in his yard. He didn't deny it. He said, "Oh, yeah, well, that's just my wife's thing. I had nothing to do with that." Oh, really, motherfucker? Listen, I've been married 40 years. If I was going to put a sign in the yard, if I was going to do anything, I better get mom's okay or I'm in fucking deep trouble. And she would want to get my okay about doing something of that nature too. I'm trying to imagine being Samuel Alito, coming home from work from the Supreme Court, a hard day of grifting money from wealthy donors, pulling in my driveway and seeing that flag in the yard and knowing very well what it meant. If I'm a Supreme Court justice of worth my salt, I'm going to say, "Hey, that looks bad. Honey, we need to take that down." But he didn't do that. Not right away, anyway. He left it up. And why? Because he's in sync with his wife in terms of what they believe. He's all for insurrection. He's all for Donald Trump. Now, what upsets me most about this, we know who Clarence Thomas is. We know who Sam Alito is. That's no surprise to us. What I am surprised by is the absolute arrogance, and therein lies our problems. Clarence Thomas, Sam Alito, and some of the others, they think they can do anything they want and get away with it. And you know what the big problem is? They fucking can. And that's what needs to fucking change. They just get away with it. They have freedom to run rogue and do whatever they fucking want. So that's what we need to do. We need to change that situation after the election. We need to put some limits on the Supreme Court justices. We need to put term limits, and we need to kick out the problems in the Supreme Court and try to maintain our democracy.